Hi guys, it's Baixu here. As you know, apartment tours and interior design are a big part of my very small channel. And whilst this week I don't have a new apartment to show you, I thought I could take you back to my old rental in London. So this video is going to give you a very authentic glimpse into affordable living in a big, expensive city like London. So I'll also provide some insights on the location of where my rental was, the pros and cons of living there, and some ideas on how to furnish a very small space. So when I was growing up, I was really influenced by TV shows like Friends and Sex and the City, and I just imagined my life in my 20s and 30s as living right in the city centre, so I can always, hang out in coffee shops with my friends or go out for brunches and cocktails in the evenings. So of course, when I started looking for a place to rent in London, I only wanted to live right in the middle. And in the end, I found this room for rent in the area of Fitzrovia, which is within walking distance of Oxford Street, Tottenham Court Road, and BT Tower, if anyone knows it. Now the price of what I was paying was around £800 to £900 a month. I think translates to just over €1,000 per month. And this includes everything from the rent to the utilities to the internet. The price I paid got me a room on the top floor of this building, facing inwards into the courtyard. There were shared bathrooms and kitchen with everyone else that lived in this tiny section of your floor in the building. I don't exactly remember how many people I was sharing the kitchen and bathroom facilities with, but it was way too many to be comfortable, so that was not so fun. A good thing was it had cleaners that tidied up and cleaned the shared facilities every day. There was a laundry room in the basement, a courtyard somewhere in the building that unfortunately was not really used because it was always in the shade and London was always raining. There was also a reception on the ground floor, and there were multiple entrances into the building. Unfortunately, not all of the building conditions were kept up to date and very modern. They only renovated about 20% of the building when I was living there, so only about 20% of the building looked new. I remember when I signed for this place, I did like the terms of the contract, which was I had to live there for a minimum of 6 months. And after the 6 months was up, I was on a monthly rolling basis, so I could cancel my contract and move out within 1 month notice. Here is the room that I actually got. It's around 15-16 square meters. It has a really high ceiling on the top floor of the building. There are 2 sash windows on one side of the room, and they're both single glazing. So it's pretty lucky that I was not facing the street because you could hear everything. I can't remember which way they faced, but they always got sun kind of during the day and throughout the afternoon, which was really lovely. The room had grey carpet, which is not my favorite, but at least it was brand new. And there were yellow painted walls, a sink on one side with a mirror and light above it, and some arch detail, which is quite nice, with an alcove where you can store some additional things, and 2 cupboards / wardrobes for storage on either side of the sink. So in the beginning, there was barely anything in the room. There was just a single bed and one lonely brown chair, which looked really sad. So I changed a single bed for a double bed from IKEA. I added a floor lamp in the corner. I then put a desk under the window so I can put my laptop there and work. And when Leon came to visit me, we would rotate the table so then we can both use the table at the same time. And under the window, I put a sofa bed so I have somewhere else to sit other than my bed in the evenings when I'm chilling. And it also folds out to be a small bed for people to crash on if any of my friends ever needed a place to stay. And next to my double bed, I put a Kallax unit to act as a room divider and additional storage. And it also acts as a drop zone for when I first come into my room, so I can drop my keys, my phone, my bag. There was a lot of empty space under the sink, so I put one of these white shoe racks there. I also bought a small Kallax unit that you can use as a coffee table or as a side table. And I decorated all the spaces with lots and lots of plants that unfortunately kept dying on me. So as you can see, the room I was living in was very small, but it was kind of enough for one person. Some of the pros are a very flexible contract in that I could move out with 1 month notice. It was in a really fantastic location if you needed to be in the center of London. Like I was within walking distance to UCL, to Soho, to Chinatown, to Oxford Street. There were so many restaurants, shops and cafes there, but you never really got bored and ran out of options to eat or entertain yourself or to spend money. And because it was so central, it was really well connected. There were multiple tube stations within walking distance, so many different bus stops, and I never had problems with calling for Uber or taxis when I needed to get somewhere. Despite all these benefits, if I were to move back to London and rent another place, I would not live there. First of all, because I don't live alone anymore and I need much bigger spaces for me, Leon and my cat. But also, despite the fact that it was so central, where I worked and my friends did not live in the city center. So even though it was convenient for me to go to the shops and to go to cafes, if I ever wanted to meet my friends and go to work, which happened on a daily basis, I still had to commute a good 40 minutes plus each way to meet them. I was also always walking past the shops on Oxford Street, and that meant I always ended up buying things I didn't need, spending money I didn't have, and wasting time I shouldn't have. So it was not good to kind of entice myself like that all the time with all these shops on sale. Grocery shopping was also quite expensive in that area. Even though it was so convenient, there were so many supermarkets in that area, the option stocks were not the most budget-friendly options. I also would not just live back there again because I really didn't enjoy sharing a kitchen and bathroom with other people. And I just missed having a living room. So thank you for joining me on this very nostalgic room tour back in London. If you're interested in interior design, watch this video to see how I would actually redesign this room now and turn it into a self-contained, very pretty studio apartment. And if you're interested to see where I'm currently living in Germany, watch this video here and subscribe. Thanks, and see you again next week. Bye!